Oh, what's up, demons and demonettes? It is I, Attracty Demon Queen, and today we're talking about a Mirage of Frostpike. Oh, once again, yes, this is part 2. But before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. Alright, now that we have them unlocked and we hit a Rezo 600, or you may be close to a Rezo 600, I'm going to talk about some double tile teams, when you should run them, and what's good when. Right. So there's two primary teams that you are going to want to run with your double tiles. Now there is a Celestial Hypogean version, and then there is the Mauler version. And Celestial Hypogeans you can run before a Rezo 600, but then after Rezo 600, as you can see right here, Maulers starts to take over, right? We have about 1 billion more damage, so it seems like a Maulers is the winner here. Alright, so before we talk about Maulers, let's talk about Celestials. As you can see, our prime damage dealer here is actually Odin. It's not going to be Friesto in this case. Alright, so we have a real Friesto, Illusion Friesto. This is going to be Lila. This is going to be Elijah. This is going to be Rainer, Odie, and Makola. As you can see, we have 20 here for the double tiles, and we're going to still run Frostfall, but again, it drops off once we get our Celestials and Hypogeans. Now, I'm going to show you the correct formation and not how I ran it, so I have to fix it. Maybe we can get even more damage out of it. Alright, so as you can see, this is supposed to be where your real Friesto is. Don't be like me. Don't swap them. But this is where real one goes. This is where Illusion goes. This is where Elijah goes. That's the one with the blue hair. This is where Lila goes. The one with the pink hair. Shakir, Smokey, and Makola. Again, we're going to run with a Frostfall plus 20. And we're going to run with Mauler. So if you could see here, I'll show you where I ran it the wrong way. We still did decent damage, though. We're only about 600 million out of first. Alright. As you can see, Friesto was our overall damage healer. That's why we gave him the extra levels. So the more levels he has, the better. As you can see, one of the big things is Frostball now only takes 3 ultimates, similar to Star Shard, to go off. That's why it becomes so much stronger at Rezo 600, and that's why you need Rezo 600, because at Rezo 600, that's when you unlock level 20 of the artifacts, and that's why Rezo 600 is that tipping point in damage. And then once this is done, we'll talk about some things you could do behind the scenes to get your max parse.
Let's savor this as though it's real.
Alright, so if you're like me, you're not going to be happy at second place. This is garbage. This is trash. Now, we necessarily haven't been worrying about getting first. It's been more getting experience, pushing levels, and waiting until we get to that time where we need to start thinking about parsing. That time is now. As you can see, we're about 7 days in. We probably have maybe 2 to 3 with that potential day 4 at 1% left, right? So we don't have too much longer to get our big parse. Now, it doesn't seem like this boss has a breakpoint, so we could foreseeably wait till, like, the last day that it may be up. I just would not worry until that last chance. You may only get to hit the boss once or twice shortly after reset, so I would hit it as soon as possible at that day when it's at, like, 1 or 3%, because it's going to go down lickety-split. So just hit that as quick as you can, and you could try to get it there. I would try to get it like the day before. What you want to do is you want to run closer to a reset, right? So as close to reset as you possibly can when you're going to have your max levels. Now you're going to want to get that boss killer slot. You're going to want that slot that's maybe 10 levels higher than the rest of your other slots, like I did here for your Friesto. Other things you can do behind the scenes are you can make sure that your Friesto has as much attack power as possible. How can you do this? Craft the orange charms, reinforce the orange charms. He's the only hero that I'm worried about reinforcing at this time, right? Because if we look at our damage, it's realistically, it's all Friesto. Everyone's pretty low, pretty light. We could get away. Maybe if we reinforce Smokey's charms, that might give us a little bit more damage. That's certainly something worth considering doing, just because of how important Smokey is, and we're not going to be able to really use those reinforcement charms later, right? So to reinforce your charms, you would just go into here, where you would just click on the charm, and then you can just click refine, right? Because we're not going to have to worry about that probably until the next Primal Lord. We may even have Mythic by then, but that's definitely something to consider. Now, you're also going to maybe want orange charms on all of your heroes if you can, or right, just extra damage in that regards, or extra buffing power. So like in the case of Shakir, I need 2, and then in case of Makola, I need 1. I can only craft 2, but over the next 3 days, maybe I'll get 1 or 2 of the ones I need. Maybe I will then have the dust that I need to craft the other one. So we can certainly look at that as an option. The other big thing, and probably most important thing, is we're going to talk about is gear, right? Equipment. Because you don't even necessarily look at equipment a lot, but this tank weapon here is the most important factor, right? So if you can get lucky in your chest from stages, now if I had gotten like the 670 of this weapon, I'd have been set. If I had gotten like my 700 to be that weapon, I would be set. You know, maybe we can get to Rezo 640 and unlock the mythic weapon that way. That is an option. We are close to 640, so that is foreseeably something that we could do. If not, I would just craft this as high as you can on the last day and just go with that. So right, so we're probably looking at maybe a minimum of 630 at that time, with hopefully getting to 640. Again, you can continue pushing your stages to try to get these chests in the hope that you get it. We did get lucky. We did get one piece that does have the attack power on it, but these are the 3 pieces that have attack power on it. This is obviously the biggest one. As you see, you're going to get the biggest benefit from pumping this up. We do get some attack power here on the emblem or whatever, and we do get some on the gauntlets, right? So we do have a mythic one there, so that's pretty good. So those are some things you could do behind the scenes that are going to help out you max your damage and get your high parts. Again, you want to run a closest reset as possible after you've gotten all your levels for the day. You are good to give your levels to Friesto. There's no weird thing like if you even them out, like I did on my small account with the Odie problem, where Odie would just up and die if I gave him too much power versus everybody else. I don't see that being an issue with Friesto. So that's it for this one, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!